change the game, don't let the game change.
Well, hello, everybody. It's here at another time for MediaWorks. My company name is AudioHand. My name's Hasib Qureshi. I'm the founder and CEO, and we create incredible audio using everyone's phones by syncing multiple tracks from different phones together and delivering to bands just awesome, sellable, usable content. Now, as much as AudioHand was made for bands, it was largely inspired by one band in particular, the Black Cadillacs, based out of Knoxville. Now, who's heard of the Black Cadillacs? Yeah! They're awesome. They're even more awesome for letting me try out different things with them with what AudioHand can do. But this all came from, they've performed over 100 shows in this last year. And 30 of those, they played overseas in Europe, which was a great opportunity, but when they came back, they had almost no usable content. The only content they had is that the bassist used their iPhone on top of a bass cab just to make sure if they performed all right. And they did, but they couldn't show it to the management, they couldn't share it with their fans, and so they really had no usable content. So that's when we really started talking about, well, they're a really hardworking band. Maybe other hardworking bands have similar problems. What are the problems? Well, one problem in particular is that whenever you have a killer set or you played this great rendition of a song, it's lost unless you've recorded it. And why don't we record more? Well, studio time is very limited, and also price to even get into the studio is really high. Not only that, but if you go overseas to Europe and you're really bootstrapping it, well, you're not really carrying a portable studio in your pocket. Now, there are some bands that get scrappy, and they record with whatever they can, but there's still no easy way to be able to use the most portable recording device that everyone has with them. And this is why we believe AudioHand is a solution. What we do, we allow bands and musicians to be able to put down their phones and then record their performance or rehearsal, and then uploads it to our cloud. We automatically mixes it, and we return excellent stereo, high-fidelity audio. Now, when I came up with AudioHand and I got to share it with the guys, I was like, hey, I think I figured this really cool thing out. Can we use it? And they said, you know what? We have to get a demo of our new song, Won't Let Go, back to our management. And we just don't want to spend, I don't know, a few $100s and an afternoon going to the recording studio, let alone wait for a professional mix, which you have to sort of babysit sometimes because it's not that consistent. And so I said, do you guys have some phones on you? Right? That's where I would naturally go. And they said, well, yeah, we have phones. Okay, great. Let me see them. Well, I saw them. There were 2 iPhones and an Android. And we were able to record some killer song. Check it out. This is what I'm about to play. Sounds as if it came from one phone. Now, this is what audio... Oh, hold on. You think that was good? So this is what AudioHand was able to do with only 3 phones.
Stopped at the gas station from in Japan to try and remember your number again.
All made using this, and how is that possible? Well, a lot of math goes into it, and we're looking to build it out, and that's what AudioHand is going to be. So, how many other working bands are there like the Black Cadillacs? How much of a business opportunity is this? As you could hear, this sounds really cool, but how many people will use it? Well, In the US alone, there are 1.1 million artists registered with BMI or ASCAP, and then of those, 370,000 artists fall into the genres that could really make use of AudioHand. The ones that have full instrumentation set up like a jazz band, rock band, alt band, country, anything like that. And then of that, we're going to target 25%, totaling to 93,000 our artists in the next 5 years. So, our business model, we're a software as a service platform for bands, and we charge bands per month, much like you would for Netflix or Spotify. And so we have 3 different levels, bronze, silver, gold. They're pretty much pegged to the amount of minutes that they can save and how much they can use. Most importantly, the takeaway here is that if you sign up for the silver plan, which is a sweet spot for bands, they can choose to take what they created with their AudioHand, they can stream it on Spotify, or they can even choose to sell it in iTunes. It's their audio. We just want to help them create better content. And so using this pricing, we figured out that the average artist will bring AudioHand $270 in revenue per year. Now, taking that, we have some numbers, and we've projected 5 years worth. And so the main metrics that you should pay attention to right now are the customers. Now, we want to acquire 5,000 bands within year 1, and that is aggressive, but we believe that this truly fits and truly helps artists with something that has been really painful for many years. We expect our market share to increase. We want to make sure that as a software company, we stay lean. So using a different type of technology platform, we hope to keep our development costs lower. Timeline. This all started with MediaWorks. And honestly, it's been a great ride. Everything you're seeing has been a product of it, and that was in May of this year. Our next milestone as we continue to develop our platform in AudioHand, we're going to release the private beta launch this coming November. And by the start of next year, January 1, we would have made our public launch and signed our first band. By the middle of next year, we hope to acquire 5,000 bands. All this is really making the groundwork for something that's really even more exciting, the ability for fans to go to shows and then record performances that go back to the bands. And so once we get band sourcing down, we're going to get to fan sourcing next, and that's the end of next year. Woo! Quick competitive landscape. Different competitors. A Tascam recorder puts you back $200. You got to keep it, but really, it's portable. The quality is okay. It doesn't really make use of all the different phones and microphones we have, so the quality is not as good. It's not sometimes affordable too, depending on who you are. Phones are highly affordable, but they sound like crud. And they're not stereo. You can't really sell them to your fans. You can't really share them around. Pro Tools is extremely expensive. Any digital audio workstation is. Unless you have one set up, it's really hard to maintain if you're a working band. But AudioHand tries to be the one that helps bands create more content. Again, my name's Hasib. This is our team. Currently, it's me. I'm the founder and CEO. I'm also a Tennessee licensed attorney. I'm a web programmer. I'm fluent in front and back end languages, and I'm also a past audio engineer. I've mixed more than 200 tracks. I've also managed a mastering facility outside of Los Angeles before my last year of law school. And we are very lucky to have Jonathan Sexton as an advisor to AudioHand. Accomplished musician, accomplished tech startup. He's played Bonnaroo twice, and he started 2 music tech startups in Nashville. Very happy to have him as an advisor. Also, John Phillips, guitarist for the Black Cadillacs, is also an advisor to our efforts. We want to make sure that we continually build value for bands, and so this is super critical. We want to make sure we're really, really, really helping bands. We are asking for $100,000 in seed funding to accelerate our development and marketing costs. This will help us develop the initial product so that we can get it into the hands of the different bands that we want to acquire. We'll be using $50,000 towards development cost alone, and then using the remaining $50,000 for marketing and brand awareness costs. This was AudioHand. Thank you for your time.
Give it up for the team.